Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to talk about when they see us. So I just finished watching the first episode of When They See Us, and I've been procrastinating in terms of watching that series because I've seen the trailer a few times and I chose not to watch it because I felt that I wasn't ready to watch When They See Us. I wasn't emotionally prepared just because I've seen the trailers, and I must say I was right. And let me just get right into it. I'm going to give you my opinion on When They See Us, and these are real life events. This actually happened to these 5 boys and the other boys that were in that room with them, but more so what happened to the Central Park 5. This is my first time doing a review on something I watched on TV, but I wanted to give my opinion because I don't know if people actually know the impact When They See Us has on especially us as black people, black male, black female. It's hard emotionally, and the only reason I wanted to share my opinion is because I know that just as what I'm feeling right now, other people of color and Latinos are going through the same thing. Now, there are parts of When They See Us that really stood out to me. 7 minutes in, when they knocked that kid out, I think it was Kevin, when they knocked him out, the cop knocked him out with the helmet. That's where my heart just started beating fast, and it did not stop since the 7 minutes in until the 1 hour and 40 minutes. But what I found surprising is that the parents, didn't the parents have any rights? The only parent that really came in and did something was the tall one's mother. I think his name was Joseph. His mother was the only one who came in and took her son out. Now, where were the others? And I cried when I was watching this because I have a 5-year-old and I'm a woman of color. My son is going to be a black man. And the sad thing is, this happened in 1989. The prosecution took place in 1990. And this could have been my kid. This could have been your kid, So it really hit home for me. This can easily, black people, I'm going to be straight up, black people, especially black male, are a target. Okay, first of all, they had these 5 kids in this room telling them exactly what to say. And the youngest were 40. I think there were 2 14-year-olds, two 15-year-old and a 16-year-old. Now, I know in this day and age, I know for a fact that I wouldn't have lied. But these are kids we're talking about. They were intimidated. Their parents weren't there. They were scared because they didn't know their rights. They didn't know what they should be doing. They didn't know that they needed to keep quiet and wait for their parents or say they need a lawyer. They didn't know none of that. So I can really understand where they were coming from, being 14 years old, 15-year-old, and even 16-year-old. You're still young. Shoot, even 18, you'll be scared locked up in that room. And the thing is, the cops beat these kids, beat them like grown men. So they started out by beating them so they'll become scared, and then tell them what they wanted to hear. And it's just sad that these kids didn't know better at the time. Again, they were scared. I get that. It was just sad that the parents weren't able to do more. And the other part is I think it's Antoine's dad actually told him to do what the cops wanted him to do. So there we have a parent in the room telling their kid to lie. So, and again, he's a black man, a dad, and he's scared, a scared black man. Let me put it like that, because that's what he was in that situation. The other point that stood out to me was Linda. Like, she was so determined to lock these kids up, these shits as she called them, that they didn't even think about running tests, like testing semen, as they did catch the real criminal, the person who really did the crime. They tested semen and found out after Reyes, this is way back, after because I did my research, I read it, after Reyes fessed up to the crime, that he was the actual one who did it. That's when they went ahead and tested for DNA. Now, they said they told Kevin and the other four to say that the female who was raped actually scratched Kevin in his forehead, when in fact it was the cop who hit him with his helmet. Now, why didn't they test that for DNA? Like, why didn't they test the scrape on his forehead to see if it really matches the female's DNA? Like, that's something else that I don't understand why it didn't happen. And that's why Kevin's sister, when she came into the room, like, I understood that the brother was crying, saying he didn't want to stay there anymore, but she knew that it was wrong. I would not have put my signature on it, you know? So I just think the adults who were involved in these kids' lives should have been more proactive. Like, that's all I can say. The kids didn't know any better. They're 14 to 16. They're young. At 16, I would have been scared too. But the adults should have been more proactive. Like, I kept putting myself in the situation when I watched each scene. I kept putting myself like, what would I have done today? Right? What would I have done today? Like, I would have dragged my child up out of there. I would have probably been locked up, because I would have been a crazy black female. That's what I would have been. And it's just sad to know that this happened 30 years ago and it still happens today. Like, it still happens today. What's going to happen to Linda is what I really want to know. And I'm sure that the truth did not come out today, because I'm sure the truth did not come out 30 years or even 12 years, because the oldest one did 12 years in prison before the real criminal fessed up to the crime. But I know that if the prosecutors did do their job, or if those kids have had a good lawyer, like testing evidence, testing physical evidence, matching their DNA with this female that they actually committed this crime, none of that was even on the case. None of that was even present. So they must have known from the get-go. I know the cops knew that the kids weren't telling the truth, because they drafted out the kids' statement and their confession for them. But the prosecutors, like the jury, they must have known that what the kids were saying was not the truth. So the truth has been out longer than the 12 years that the eldest one spent in prison. Like, come on. So people already knew the truth from the get-go, but yet Linda was able to become a best-selling author. She was able to be on all these boards as a member, and nothing happened. Now today, the whole world is going to watch When You See Us. Now we all know the truth, because I was not aware of the Central Park 5 before watching this, and I'm sure others weren't either. So what's going to happen to Linda? Like, okay, we're signing a petition to get her books off the shelf, but what's going to happen to Linda? You know? Just like Lifetime put out the series of R. Kelly, and R. Kelly got all these backlash, and let me not go there. But what's going to happen to Linda? You know? That's what I want to know, because she she needs to pay for this somehow, and not only her, but also I think it was that lady who played the lead prosecutor. I don't want to say the wrong name, but the one who had the case, who helped Linda, let me say it like that, the one who helped Linda. What's going to happen to those two? Because she's still practicing law in New York. So I want to know what's going to happen to them. Now, I already started watching When They See Us. I did not want to start watching because I know what it would do to me. Like, my heart was beating out of my chest the whole time. And it's not healthy. It's not healthy to watch When They See Us. But we're Black people and we know what's going on. We need to watch it, be informed, and we need to do something about it, you know? I don't know when change is going to come. It's very sad. I don't know when change is going to come, but we have to love our own, man. We have to love our own. So now that I started it, I have to finish it. I have to watch the entire series. I have to watch the entire season. I have to watch all the series now because I read what happened in the end. I know how it ends, but I need to finish watching it. And I'll give you updates when I watch the second episode. I will give an update, and when I watch the others, I'll do so as well. Yeah. Let me know your thoughts when you saw When They See Us. Like, how did you feel? I'm sure you felt the same way I did. Like, how did you feel? How long after watching even the first episode were you still thinking about these kids, you know? How long after? I can't watch the second episode today. I'm probably gonna watch it tomorrow because it bothers me. It bothers me. Well, thank you so much, guys. I don't want to go too long with this. Let me know your thoughts on When They See Us, the first episode. And yeah. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to like, subscribe, and comment under this video. Bye.